Welcome back to ZBTV. And on this episode of Truckin' It, we're going to be talking about a couple of my favorite types of trailers, pitting them head to head. And I have an announcement to make to help ease the driver demand for certain items. That's coming up. Alright, friends and followers, welcome back to my channel and greetings from the sleeper berth. I hope y'all are doing well out there. On this episode of Truckin' It, we're going to be pitting hopper bottoms versus pups. Hoppers versus pups. I've pulled both of these types of trailers, and I have a biased opinion on which one I like better. But I want to know what you think as well. So, feel free to roast the comments, but before you do, I want to see you hit that subscribe button. Because, unfortunately, I'm not up to 1,000 subscribers yet, and YouTube is saying we need to get that number up so we can start monetizing the content on the channel. Therefore, hit that button down below. Also, I have an announcement to make later in this episode in regards to Patreon and in regards to the Trucker Zach fan shop, which are both getting started right now. So, let's get started and we'll take it from there. Now, pups versus hoppers. Okay, so I'm going to give 1 point to each advantage that a trailer has over the other trailer. So let's start with the speed and ease of loading. A set of pups takes several hours to load, especially if it's loading packages one by one. A hopper bottom, on the other hand, takes just about a minute, give or take, depending on the speed of the equipment. So, the clear advantage for loading goes to the hopper bottom. That's 1 point for the hopper, 0 for pups. For unloading, hopper bottoms unload through the bottom, hence their name, and are usually just dumped over a pit. Whereas pups require a full loading dock and several pieces of automation equipment. So, for the unload, the advantage there goes to the hopper bottom again. So that's 2-0. Now let's go to handling. A hopper bottom is available in several different lengths. A set of pups is only available in one length, 28.5 feet per pup. However, you obviously connect multiple pups together by using a dolly. So the total length of a traditional set of 2 pups is 60 feet long. A hopper bottom is 43 feet long, or 41 feet, depending on the model. So, hoppers 2, pups 1 now. Because the pups have the clear advantage of unlimited expandability. Then we go to handling. Like how it turns at the truck stop or at the rest area. A hopper bottom requires a wide turning radius due to its setback axle. That is, its axle on the back of the trailer is all the way at the bumper. And that can make the handling quite hard. in a tight spot. Doubles have the advantage of being articulated in the middle, so you have a tighter turning radius versus a hopper bottom. So that makes 3 for the set of Pups versus 1 for the hopper bottom. Then we go to use of straps, tarps, and chains. A hopper bottom requires the use of a tarp, which is usually physically attached to the trailer by some mounting bolts and such. Whereas a set of Pups does not have a tarp, and instead uses a roof and a traditional roll-up door. That means that while the contents of a hopper bottom will most certainly get wet in wet weather, the contents of a set of Pups will stay dry as long as the door doesn't leak and as long as the roof's in good condition. So that makes 4 points for the Pups versus 1 point for the hopper bottom. Now, we'll talk about the ability to back. For a hopper bottom, it's pretty easy to back up over the pit or into your truck stop parking spots, because you can see where the back axle is and you can see what the back end is doing. That's not necessarily the case with a set of Pups, because a set of Pups can only be backed a very short distance before the dolly starts to turn. And I'm talking about traditional A-frame Pups here. If you're going to something like a set of B-doubles, they may have locking mechanisms that would allow you to back in that situation. But for most people here in the US, they use A-frame Pups on an A-frame style dolly that has a mind of its own. So, when you're backing, the advantage clearly goes to the hopper bottom. So now the score is 4 points for Pups and 2 points for the hopper bottom. And then finally, there's the weight. On a windy day, Pups suffer from an effect called crack the whip. That is, when the wind hits the back trailer, it can cause a violent trailer sway motion if the driver's not extremely careful. A hopper bottom, on the other hand, is loaded kind of like a brick. So when it's loaded, it suffers from no crack the whip effect as long as the wind is under 58 miles per hour. However, that tarp that I mentioned earlier tends to get caught on a windy day and fly off the trailer when you're loading and unloading. And that can make the handling of a hopper bottom a challenge unless you got a good spot where you're protected from the wind. Therefore, we're still going to give a point to the hopper bottom for better handling on a windy day when the tarp is shut and the trailer is fully loaded. So that's a total score right now, and a final score: Pups 4, Hoppers 3. And by the way, since both leave a big mess after a mishap, we cannot count that towards the score. So, you can tell I'm kind of biased. I'd rather not have the ability to back, because it means less risk of an encounter with those trucks that seem to carry the little slogan of best in crash on the side. And it also means less chance of equipment failure out on the road caused by a door on the bottom that comes open for whatever reason. Therefore, I'm completely biased about this. Pups will win all day long. But let me know what you think. Should I have given more points to hopper bottoms? Let me know by roasting the opinion down in the comments below. And, oh yeah, one more thing. I have an announcement to make that is coming up right after this brief pause. So as the channel continues to grow very slowly, I've had to launch a few new tools to help get some revenue going for the channel. Now, I've also been listening to the needs of my fellow drivers. And there's been 3 big things coming up. Number 1, the need for more spill-resistant cups. Number 2, the need for an easier way to carry stuff from the cab to your personal vehicle when you're going off duty or into the truck stop for a shower. And number 3 is we could always use more t-shirts, since the fifth wheels tend to be kind of greasy and dirty. So I boldly announce the Trucker Zach Fan Shop, where you can order spill-resistant cups, totes, and t-shirts all in one place, right here at the link below. So, until next time, let's make your best trip your next trip. Keep learning, keep thinking, keep on trucking, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye for now.